To change your gender from male to female or female to male in Arizona requires that first you get a letter from your physician, not a nurse, not your therapist, not your social worker.
Has to be on their letterhead, has to include the physician's license number. It cannot be dated more than 3 months prior to the date on which you are seeking to change your gender marker.
Got that? A letter from a physician on their letterhead with the physician's license number, and it has to be within the last 3 months.
And then in the body of the letter, it needs to state that you are irrevocably committed to your gender change and that you are receiving appropriate clinical treatment for the gender change.
Now you're ready to make it official. Experts advise that you start with your Social Security card, and if you're changing your name too, get the court order for that before you change the gender on your IDs.
It's easiest to do it all at once. So you get your doctor's letter, you go through the court to get your legal name change, and then with your court order and your physician's letter, if you are doing a cisgender change, you can just do a 2-for-1. So you only have to update your driver's license once. You only have to update Social Security once.
For information on how to legally change your name, check out our video in our video law library at azbar.org.
So you typically want to start with Social Security. Most people next do driver's license, passport, and then update everything else that has your gender on it.
For your Social Security card, download and complete Form SS5 ahead of time. Bring your driver's license or state-issued ID, your name change order, if applicable, and the doctor's letter. Mark the gender you're transitioning to on the form. Submit the application with your physician's letter. The clerk will photocopy everything and return it to you. Once everything's submitted, you'll receive confirmation, and your new Social Security card will arrive by mail in a few days. Now, your Arizona driver's license. Wait a couple of days after changing your Social Security records and then hit the nearest Motor Vehicle Division office, not a third-party contractor. Bring the letter from your doctor, current license, and name change order if you have one. Tell the clerk you're updating, and they'll give you the appropriate form. Take a new photo, pay the fee, and you're good to go. If you should encounter an MVD employee unfamiliar with the process for changing your gender marker, hey, it happens. Refer them to the MVD's own policy 3.1.1.
And once you have that, the MVD will issue you the corresponding driver's license.
Okay, Social Security, check. Driver's license, check. You're ready to change your passport, and that's easy.
The State Department does not require the physician's letter to do a gender marker change on a passport. You just fill out the form, and whatever you mark, they will put on your passport.
Once you have your passport, you can use it in most situations requiring a birth certificate. However, if you want to change your Arizona birth record, here's what you need to know. Arizona allows you to change from male to female or female to male only if you have a signed, notarized letter from your physician verifying you've undergone a sex change operation or have a chromosomal count that establishes your sex as different than what's on your original birth certificate. There is no other reason for which the state will change the gender, and it will not issue a non-binary birth certificate. The workaround for someone who wants to identify themselves as non-binary is to get a new passport. If you're from Arizona, go get your passport reissued as non-binary, and then use that as the ID you need to change your driver's license. If you have a non-binary license from another state, Arizona will issue the corresponding non-binary driver's license. If you meet one of the two qualifiers and want to change the gender on your Arizona birth certificate, begin at the Arizona Office of Vital Records website and download the affidavit to correct or amend a birth certificate, or pick it up in person. You'll see a box on the form with spaces listing options for data that you want changed. Go down to the space Other Change and write in Gender. In the next space, write in the gender that's on your birth record. In the third box, the gender you want your birth record to say now. If you are also changing your name, you would correct that on this form as well. Get it notarized and submit this along with your physician's letter, and if you have one, the court order for changing your name. You can mail your documents in or submit in person. Don't forget to fill out the form Request a Copy of Birth Certificate. Everything you've done up to now gets your birth certificate amended, but if you want copies, you have to request them. And all these forms can be downloaded from Arizona Vital Records at azdhs.gov.